Welcome to the Koenigsegg stand at the Geneva Motor Show. This is actually the end of the first press day, and we've been allowed back onto the stand with nobody else around just to take you sort of, well, underneath these sheets and show you a bit of what the cars are like. And it feels, well, special really. So let's have a look under here. So the story behind this car is that a customer came to Christian and said, I'd really like a one-to-one. And Christian had to say, well, I'm afraid they're all actually sold. He said, well, I really, really want one. He said, well, they're all sold. You can't have one. He said, well, how about, could you do something special for me? Can I have a one-to-one with the removable roof? So Christian said, well, yes, perhaps we could. And he'd had other requests for one-to-ones. And so he's decided to produce 3 finale editions. So this has been christened the one of one. And it's got a few different things, obviously, because it's got the removable roof and it's stowable in the front. He's had to take out the big tunnels there, so it's got dive planes at the front to try and put some of that downforce back in. It's also got a slightly different vanes, you can see, just in there. Apart from that, well, it's a one-to-one, so 1 megawatt of power, which is 1341 brake horsepower, and just over 1,000 pounds-foot of torque, all in a car weighing just 1375 kilos, and rear-wheel drive. So there we go. But anyway, the main story on the stand is on the cover over there, so we're just going to go and have a look at that. So this is the Regera. Now you might remember we did a video last year with Christian von Koenigsegg going through all the technical stuff, which he explains far better than I can. A brief recap, it's got the 5-litre twin-turbo V8 supercharged, which is putting out about 1,100 horsepower. It then has 3 electric motors putting out about another 700 horsepower. The way they combine means that the maximum total that you ever get is not 1,800 horsepower, but about 1,500 horsepower. And it's all done through this, it's effectively a sort of torque converter, I suppose, but they call it a hydraulic coupling, which is effectively a single 7th gear, that it's just one long, seamless rush of acceleration, take you from 0 to 62 miles an hour in 2.8 seconds, then on to 400 kilometers an hour in under 20 seconds, which is pretty extraordinary, with no gear changes in between. Anyway, since then, this is the first production prototype, and there have been over 3,000 sort of detail changes to the cars. So I thought you'd take you through just a few of those little things. The biggest thing to have changed is the cell pack, which previously weighed about 130 kilos. Now they've gone for this very trick cell pack, which weighs 50 kilos less, and it's the same ones you find in F1 cars, so handmade, extremely expensive, about 10 times more expensive, but it's totally worth it apparently because of the regen. It gets 3 times more regen, and it means that what effectively this means in practice is that they worked out they could do 3 full flat-out laps of the Nürburgring before the battery track ever ran dry. So that's a massive leap forwards, both in terms of weight saving and the abilities of the car, in fact. Inside the car you might notice 2 paddles. Now this is where it gets exciting. The right-hand paddle, slightly counterintuitively, is like a downshift paddle. It also acts like a sort of a clutch kick, I suppose. So breaks apart the coupling, res flare, res back on, clutch kick at low revs, which is pretty cool. Left-hand paddle, that actually increases the regen, so you can go into braking zone, pull the left-hand paddle, and that will increase the regen, which again gives a totally different feeling to the car. I spoke to Christian about what it's like to drive, and he said it feels actually very, very simple, because without the need for gear changes, you have to change your perception of how it feels on track. Coming into a corner, you have to sort of think, right, well, I was at sort of, say 3,000 revs before, this is my benchmark, I suppose, as to where you are going into a corner. But actually you've got immediate response on the throttle, so it enables you to be actually incredibly quick on the track. It knows you're going down, say, I don't know, the back straight at Silverstone, and automatically, without you having to press the button like you would in, say, a P1, it will automatically deploy the DRS. Finally, there is one other trick to this car. It's a bit of fun, really, but Christian worked out, because they've already got the hydraulic pump in there, they thought, well, we could get rid of the gas struts, and instead it's got thin Kevlar lines in it, and it means the entire body is now robotised for a mere 5 kilo weight disadvantage, and it means it can do this, which is quite a cool party trick. So I'll leave you with the Regera and its party trick, and remember to subscribe to the channel and let us know what you think on all the usual social media channels. Regera, Take it away.